all the devotees. Hare Krishna Prabhus and Mataji, Danda Pranam. Thank you so much for joining. Being a very auspicious, today is an Ekadashi. Tomorrow is Dwadasi. Being an appearance day of Lord Varaha, very auspicious day. And being our congregational program is happening today. We are going to celebrate the Varaha Dwadashi celebration today. You can hear the wonderful glorification about Lord Varaha, as well as cultural programs also there. So today is the Varaha Dwadashi organizing team will be Her Grace Kalpataru Mataji, Her Grace Dwadasi Mataji, Her Grace Shashimukhi Mataji, and Bhaktin Pallavi Mataji. Thank you all for joint effort, and also the cultural team support. They are organizing various programs. I request all the devotees, please stay with us and enjoy the varieties of program organized by the team. And also we can pray to Lord Varaha for all our auspiciousness, good health, and long life, and we can pray for all other devotees across the world. So Lord Varaha will protect everyone. And also I request everyone to stay with us till the end, and also be safe with all your good health and long life. And we can able to serve the Lord very nicely. And also we can please Guru and Srila Prabhupada. And today's the MC will be Bhakta Adish and Bhakta Rohit. Without taking much of the time. And also I have one more request. We have Nityananda Trayodashi falls on Monday. That is day after tomorrow. So we have a special program on that day. We have the Abhishek ceremony will be happening in the evening between 7 to 9. Request all the devotees, please kindly join with us. Over to Bhakta Rohit and Bhakta Adish.
Hare Krishna, Prabhus and Matajis. I'm your humble servant Adish, and this is Rohit, and it gives us immense pleasure to welcome you all to the celebrations of Varaha Dwasi here at Gauranga Desh Yatra.
Firstly, we would like to thank our Yatra leaders, His Grace Sri Ranga Prabhu and Gopi Ganangita Mataji, and all the senior Vaishnavas who have given us the opportunity to anchor on this auspicious day.
So without any further ado, let's get right into it. We have several interesting programs lined up, so please stay tuned until the very end to receive the maximum benefit.
Please react with a thumbs up if you're all excited. Wow, it looks like all of you are already super excited, but let's take a moment to offer our obeisances to the presiding deities so that everything goes smoothly.
Yes, let's get right into the mood of Archana as His Grace Bhagwan Balaji Prabhu performs the main Aarti and His Grace Ravi Vamsa Prabhu sings it. Over to you, Prabhu.
Okay, thanks, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Namo Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Prastaya Bhutale, Srimade Bhakti Vedanta Swami Dinamine, Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini, Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pachacha Desadharini. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara
श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, 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 Hari Bol. Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol. हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, गुरु महाराज जी की जय, गौरंगाई की जय, हिता गौर प्रेमानंद हरि हरि बोल। कृष्णार्पणम, कृष्णार्पणम, कृष्णार्पणम।
जय ओम विष्णुपाद परिव्राचार्य स्तोत्र सदा अभय चरण भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। इस्कॉन पौंडराचार्य श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परिव्राचार्य स्तोत्र सदा भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की जय। नामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपिनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की जय। गंगा माई की जय, यमुना माई की जय, मधुरा धाम की जय, वृंदावन धाम की जय, नवदीप धाम की जय, मायापुर धाम की जय, भक्ति देवी की जय, तुलसी देवी की जय, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद भागवतम की जय, साम वेद भक्त वृंद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। हरे कृष्ण महामंत्रा की जय, हरिनाम संकीर्तनम की जय। All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Maharaj ki jai.
Thank you, Ravi Vamsa Prabhu, for singing the main aarti.
Not a single day goes by without the mercy and protection of Sri Narsingadev. Let us offer our obeisances to Lord Narahari by having the Narsinga Aarti song sung by Bhaktan Priyadarshini. Over to you, Priyadarshini.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Eto nasimmo bharato nasimmo. Eto nasimmo bharato nasimmo. Yato yato yami tato nasimmo. Yato yato yami tato nasimmo. Bahi nasimmo, dahi nasimmo. Bahi nasimmo, dahi nasimmo. Narsimma madim sharana prapate. Narsimma madim sharana prapate. Tavakara kamalavani naka abduda shringa dalita hiranya kashipu danupinka keshavadrita narahanirupa. Jai Jagadisha Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Tavakala Kamalavani Naka Abduda Singa Dalita Hiranyakashipu Tanu Brinka Keshavadhrada Narahari Rupa. Jai Jagadisha Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Jayo Narsimhadev Jaya 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 Prahlad Maharaj 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 Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Shri Shri Vigna Vinay Narasimhadev Bhagwan ki jai. Bhakta Prahlad Maharaj ki jai. Nita Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari.
Thank you, Bhagwan Balaji Prabhu, for performing the Aarti, and Priya Darshini for singing so melodiously. So, Rohit, we all know that Lord Varaha Dev is one of the Dashavataras. But tell me, what makes this incarnation so special?
Oh, I remember this pastime from back in my Balotsav days. When the demon Hiranyaksha hit the earth, Brahma beseeched Lord Narayana to rescue the earth from the clutches of the demon. A small boar then emerged from Brahma's nostrils and soon assumed gigantic proportions. This boar was none other than Lord Keshava himself. Lord Varaha found Bhudevi and lifted her with his tusk. The poet Jayadeva, a great devotee of the Lord, has sung of this incident in his Dasavatra Stotra. Can anyone from the audience recall which verse it was? Please raise your hand if you can recite the verse. Okay, Adarsh, can you recall which verse it was?
I think I remember it now. It goes like Vasati dasana shikare darjane tava lagna Sashini kalanka kaleva nimagna Keshavadrita sukara rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare. The translation goes like, all glories to Lord Keshava, who appeared as the boar. The earth was held between his tusks, which appeared like the scars on the moon.
That was a perfect recollection. I never knew you had such amazing memory. But let's leave the glorifying to His Grace Satya Achyuta Prabhu, who will now mesmerize us with a wonderful pravachan on this pastime.
His Grace Satya Achyuta Prabhu is a disciple of His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. He is a very enthusiastic devotee in distributing Srila Prabhupada's books over at our Gaurangadesh bookstall. Make sure to stay glued to every word as we will have a special quiz to test all of your memory as well. Over to you now, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Mataji, Tandavat Pranam. My humble obeisance to the entire Yatra, especially our Yatra leader Sanga Prabhu and Gopikana Mataji, to give this wonderful opportunity to glorify Lord Varagadev and then some of the qualities of the Lord Varagadev and then pastimes and what is the purpose of Varagadev's appearance and what could be the reason what we have to take the message from this appearance of the Lord Varagadev we have to go through. Please accept my humble obeisance once again, all of you. Hare Krishna. No question. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Sakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Savidam Jena Bhugare Swayam Rupa Kadamagyam Tadadi Swapadantikam Vandegam Shri Gurum Shri Yuda Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaisnavam Shri Rupam Sakrajadam Sagagana Rajanadam Gitam Tam Sajivam Satvaidam Savadudam Harijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagagana Lalita Shri Visakam Vitam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpati Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastude Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sude Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpadaru Vyaksha Kripa Sindhubhya Yevacha Paditanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaurabhadra Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. Today we are going to see Lord Varagadev's appearance and Lord Varagadev's pastimes, as well as how Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also exhibit Lord Varagadev's pastimes. Everything we are going to see. Please carefully listen. Once we end of this session, we will have a complete session of this quiz program also there. This is my small attempt. Again, I am dedicating to all this to our GDY entire devotees. Hare Krishna. You know Lord Varagadev's appearance, and then this story from our Balotsav students, from all everybody knows about Lord Varagadev's appearance, and then for what he appeared, and then what he did everything. But we have one small story, but I will not touch much about this Lord Varagadev's story, but we will take some message from this Lord Varagadev's appearance, and then we will apply in our life also. This is my small attempt. Hare Krishna. Lord Varagadev, how he appeared, and then why what he did, everything we will go through now. See, you know, Kashyapa Muni and Didi. Kashyapa Muni has two wives, one is Aditi and another one is Didi. Kashyapa Muni is very sacred sage. He was doing tapasya. At the time of tapasya, he was disturbed by Didi. Aditi was the Devada's mother, whereas in Didi, he was so much influenced by the lust kind of attitude, and then she was calling Kashyapa Muni to give birth to. That time, Kashyapa Muni was telling, now this is the not right time to beheading for the children, and then this is not the right time. We have to wait for some time for the auspicious time. But during she was very much influenced by the lusty. She was not able to control her senses, and then she was insisting without listening that Kashyapa Muni's words. That's why Kashyapa Muni, without having any other choice, he was also deciding to fulfill the desire of Didi. That time, Didi was so much influenced by the lust. This is the one thing we have to take it into the message. Like Didi was not even listening the Kashyapa Muni's words, as well as she was uncontrollable by the influence of lust. Due to this attitude, both the Kashyapa Muni also fulfilled the desire of Didi, as well as Didi also satisfied the lust. That's why she got impregnated by the Kashyapa Muni's. Both that time, she was unable to control for some kind of moments until to wait that auspicious time. That was biggest mistake that she realized, but even after realizing also, that cannot be taken back. Then what she did, she has got like a lot of abominable, lot of she was hearing something is going to happen very badly. That was her mind. That's why she was again praying to Kashyapa Muni, and then she was asking how to come out this one, and then she was holding not to give birth to this womb. She was holding nearly 100 years. She was unable to control for some moment to control her senses, but for that again she is struggling to hold both the twins in the womb nearly 100 years. That was one message. When we are unable to control our senses, when we are not in a position to control our anger or lust, this kama, krodha, some kind of things, we have to suffer for long. That moment when we are having some kind of control by the will of Lord, by doing some kind of devotion service, we will be able to overcome very easily. But when we are not in a position to control our senses, we have to undergo a lot of this kind of, again, materialistic kind of troubles. This is what one message we have to get from Didi's life. Didi was holding, and then she was not in a position to deliver the boys, and then holding nearly 100 years. She was very shameful, and then why I did like this kind of, she was very how to did the very big mistake in my life, like that. She was having this kind of worries. That's why we have to see how we can overcome these kind of issues by doing proper devotional service. Then again, Kashyapa Muni was telling, like, okay, even though if you get these two children, but again by their son, again they will be delivered. Like that, Kashyapa Muni was giving some kind of relief to Didi. That's why this both Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, both birth, and then they were doing lot of atrocities, and then they were doing lot of whatever the things which is not prescribed in the Shastras, Vedas, they were doing. Again, we will come back to another one flashback small story. Why this Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha both took birth, and then what is the reason behind that? You know, Lord Brahma's sons, 4 Kumaras. When these 4 Kumaras went to Vaikunta, that time the gatekeepers of Jaya and Vijaya, they stopped these 4 Kumaras, and then 4 Kumaras cursed, got angry, and then they cursed immediately to Jaya and Vijaya. Why this Jaya and Vijaya, she unable to, why they degraded from their position, and then why they are unable to recognize these 4 Kumaras also, very important person, and then they are able to allow to see Lord Vishnu. See, before that 4 Kumaras, when Lakshmi Devi came to Vaikunta also, Lakshmi Devi also stopped by this Jaya and Vijaya. That's why they got degraded, and then they are unable to distinguish that who is that right person and then who can be allowed like this. That's why this Jaya and Vijaya further degraded, and then they stopped the 4 Kumaras. These 4 Kumaras also immediately got angry, and then they cursed this Jaya and Vijaya. This event happened immediately. Lord Vishnu understand these are all the Lord Vishnu's Leela, and then Lord Vishnu want to these kind of things happen, and then so that he can bring lot of avatars and the Leelas to exhibit to the how to do this devotional service. Like this. That's why Lord Vishnu himself immediately he appeared in the gate, and then he asked what happened, why this kind of some argument is going on, and then he understood this Jaya and Vijaya got cursed by these 4 Kumaras. He asked this Jaya and Vijaya, what is the solution, and then they understood their mistake, and then they are asking forgiveness to Lord Vishnu, and then how they can come out from this. Then immediately Lord Vishnu gave these 2 options, like either you have to take 3 births in the material world by Asuras, and then you can come back to me, or otherwise you have to take again 100 births of the Devadas. Then immediately they accepted to become, they want to come back to Vaikundaloka as long as immediately to serve the Lord. This is the message also we have to take it. When we are doing that service to Lord, then we have to take immediately, and then we have to apply whenever, wherever we get the opportunity and then possibility. That's why they, even though they want to, they have to take birth as a Asura in the material world, and then they immediately accept that offer, and then they become a Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, and then like another 2 births, Lord Ravana, Kumbhakarna, like that, there another 2 births also continue. When this Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu took birth from Diti, this was the flash background. And then here we can take one more message, like Lord Vishnu, he got some disturbance for their servants as well as for their devotees who want to come and take the darshan of Lord Vishnu by the 4 Kumaras. He himself personally appeared, and then he resolved this one, and then he gave that solution also, because he don't want to someone to give the gap between the devotees and Lord. He himself appeared on the spot, and then he was asking, okay, like he gave the darshan to 4 Kumaras, as well as he solved that by giving that opportunity to become another 3 births to come back to again Vaikundaloka to serve the Lord for the Jaya and Vijaya. This Jaya and Vijaya is the background behind that Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha took birth. This Hiranyaksha, he was very, very ferocious, and then lot of atrocities he was doing for all the Brahmanas, Devadas, and he was holding his club, and then he was roaming around all over the world. Immediately he conquered the entire universe, and then he was roaming around with a lot of ahankar, and then he was having lot of proud. He want to control everything. Hiranya means gold, and then by gold he can, like money, he can achieve anything, and then he want to enjoy this full materialistic, worldly desires, everything. That is the purpose of this Hiranyaksha and the Hiranyakashipu. Now in this material world, we are all controlled by these two things only. By money, acquiring lot of money, excessive money. With that money, then we will get lot of ahanga, and then we want to control that entire universe or entire thing. This was the biggest problem, and then we totally forget that our devotional service are to serve the Lord. This is the biggest enemy to one has to serve to Godhead. This Hiranyaksha, what he did, he want to conquer the entire world, and then he was roaming around with his club, and then he want to fight with all of them. When he visited this Vibhavari, that is this Varnadeva's Loga, and then he was asking Varnadeva also to come and fight with me. Then Varnadeva politely, he is very clever person, and then he politely refused, and then he directed towards Lord Vishnu. He was telling, see, Hiranyaksha, I am very old now, and then I am unable to fight with anyone anymore. And then you can do for you, for your capability, you can only be able to fight with the Lord Vishnu. He is the right person to tackle you. Like that, he lead the way to Lord Vishnu. And then he escaped from the Hiranyaksha. Then he was asking, where is Lord Vishnu? And then where he is. Then he was telling that you have to go and find out. Meanwhile, this Hiranyaksha, what he did, he took the Bhuma Devi, and then he was under the Padala, this Bhuma Devi, and then he don't want to do Brahma's role also. Brahma, he is the one creator of everything. This Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu both are got the tapasya and the boon from whom? From Lord Brahma only. What he did, they got the boon from Lord Brahma, but they were again misusing that same boon against this Devadas, and then they are doing against this everything. Whom they got this kind of all that by the tapasya, whatever that boon they got, they are literally misusing that boon, and then they are using against them. This is what in the material world is also happening. Whatever the benefit or whatever that support we are getting from our neighborhood or from our relatives or from our friends, once you got this kind of excessive money or something, it will be like we are always in the mood and the intention of to misuse that one against the moon. Then Lord Brahma was worried too much. This Swayambhu, how he can solve this problem. And then you can understand one more thing also. Even the creator of the Lord also unable to solve these kind of things, and then he has to again surrender to the Supreme Lord. He is again how he can solve this one. This Swayambhu and the Satarupa were unable to continue the creation part. Then they were asking Lord Brahma what to do. Then Lord Brahma also, he is also again confused. And then he was asking, I have to only meditate Lord Vishnu to solve this issue. And then when he was meditating, Lord Vishnu understand, he was appearing in the nostrils of Brahma without knowing, as a like one small mosquito he came out. And then he started becoming enlarging, and then he became like a mountain. Actually, Varaha, where he was earlier, Varaha Lord was again, it's a Jambudev. Lord Varaha is having like a separate planet, and then he was there in that one. Not only now, whenever that Lord Brahma, when he was all that Satyaloka, then this 4 yugas, when it is in the 4 yugas completion, but then he has to undergo one Mahapralaya. When this was happening, again, this will be starting from the beginning. That's why it will be one more Varaha avatar also appeared in the white boar incarnation. Before that, Swayambhu. That was also explained in the Srimad Bhagavatam as a Svaita Varaha. In that white Varahadev was appeared and then he lifted. That time this Leela was not happened. But during this Swayambhu Varaha Avatar, he was in a red incarnation. He was taking out, he was killing Hiranyaksha, then he saved the planet. But before that Sweta Varaha, it was a natural devastation. That is called Chaksusa, and then another one is Swayambhu devastation. What happened when Lord appeared like a mountain? Everybody was astonished and then they are totally confused and then what to do. And then they are all give obeisances to Lord Varagadev to save the planet. Then immediately Lord Varagadev is in the boar form. You know the boar, what he will do? Boar will always smell. Then he will like a roar and then where he can get it, everything like this. We can not think like this, like a boar form is something like inauspicious and then what kind of form, something like that. This is the materialistic point of thinking, but we have to think in that devotional way, like Lord knows in which form he has to appear and then how he has to save. That's why Lord appeared in the boar form and then when he was smelling, it was in that Garbhodaka ocean. Hiranyaksha kept Lord Bhumi Devi under the Padalaloka. That Padalaloka was fully filled with what very filthy and very bad smell. That's why he took the boar form and then he appeared and then he jumped into the Garbhodaka ocean and then he jumped and then this ocean was dividing like a very big mountain dumped in the Garbhodaka ocean and then he was swimming inside the Garbhodaka ocean and then he found finally under the Patalaloka this Bhumadevi was kept. And then with his tusk, white tusk, he was lifting the Bhumadevi and then he was coming out from the ocean. Meanwhile, this Hiranyaksha also searching where I can find the Lord Vishnu to fight. Meanwhile, he met who? Lord Narada Muni. Narada Muni was telling Lord Vishnu, Varahadev went inside the Garbhodaka ocean and then you can go and find it. Here also we can understand one more thing, like a Narada Muni kind of devotee is always doing very, very good thing even for the Asuras. Even you can see like in his lot of pastimes and Leela, wherever Narada Muni is there, like he is giving even for the Asuras also benefit. That way he gave the direction to Hiranyaksha where Lord Varagadeva was there. That's why Hiranyaksha immediately he also dived inside the ocean and then he saw Varagadev. Then Varagadev was very consciously, he was taking Devi and put it in that planet on that proper galaxy path. Then he was again coming to fight with Hiranyaksha. Here also we can see one more thing, like Lord Varagadeva immediately not dropping planet Bhumi Devi, he was kept that planet on that particular path of the galaxy. Then he went for fighting with the Hiranyaksha. That his conscience is very clear. He want to save the mother planet, Mother Bhumi Devi, Mother Earth. Afterwards only you want to fight. That is the main intention. Like first you want to save the devotees and then you want to do the good things to the society. Afterwards you want to vanish this Asuras and everything. That's why then even Hiranyakashipu was holding this club and then he was fighting with who? Varagadev. for many years. They are telling in somewhere around some 1,000 years, something like that. But both were fighting. Even Lord Brahmadeva also astonishing. What is this? Keep on this fighting going on. This is last wish. And then they were waiting, all the Devadas waiting to conclude this fight. Then Lord Varagadev, once he lost his club, and then Hiranyaksha, by the war, Kshatriya Dharma, then he was telling to you take the club again, like that. The same thing happened to even Hiranyaksha. This is the last mercy interaction with the, even though he is become Asura, Lord knows who is he. That's why he want to have a prolonged fight for quite some time. Then finally he decided at the auspicious time, he just used his Sudarshana Sakra and then he chopped off his head of Hiranyaksha and then he killed Hiranyaksha. Then all the Devadas and then Lord Brahmadeva all are leave and then Swayam Manu and Saturupa, they started doing their continuing the creation. This was the Lord Varagadev appearance and then he killed the Hiranyaksha. Here we have to take one more message, like Lord Varagadev, even though he knows they are the one, the gatekeepers of this one, but he want to exhibit like they are the like Asuras, but that Asuras who are doing that this kind of atrocities and non-shastric activity will be wiped out, and then by that only we have to come back to Godhead. Here we can say Lord Varagadev is very particular about how to again save the planet, Mother Earth, and as well as to save the devotee. When Lord Varagadev was lifting with the white dust, he put the planet, whom he was also very satisfied, and then they got one children name also, Maha-Mahotsava. That one we will come to little later. What he was the Maha-Mahotsava and then what was his part like that. Hare Krishna. That's why here Lord Varagadev ki jai. Vasadi dasana sigari dharani davalagna sasini kalayanga kaleva nimagna keshavadreta sugara rupa, like glorifying by Jayadev. Hare Krishna. Again, we will come back to Lord Chaitanya, how he is exhibiting the Varaha Dev's pastimes during his Leela. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was walking on the Navadip Dham, some Brahmanas, they were together chanting the names of Vishnu Sahasranama. During the time when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu hearing that name of the Sugara, then immediately he got that mood of Lord Varagadeva. And then immediately he was dancing in ecstasy and then he was going in the streets in the Nagara Sankirtana and then he entered the house of Murari Gupta and then he was asking, Sugara, 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 like that. Then he was surprising Murari Gupta, surprised by what was that Sugara, and then why he is Lord Chaitanya is very much excited, and then he is depicting some kind of this one. What he did immediately, when there was a one small party kept inside the Murari Gupta's house, he immediately lifted by his face in the nose area, and then he was lifting and then exhibiting. See, Murari Gupta, you cannot understand. See, I am Lord Varagadev now. Sugara, Sugara, you have to worship me, and then you have to show your devotional service to me. Like that, he was exhibiting that Lord Varagadev. Then Murari Gupta understood it is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, none other than Lord Krishna himself, Supreme Personality of Godhead, as well as he is exhibiting lot of his avatars, and then he immediately paid the obeisances. Then he was explaining to Murari Gupta what is the how he is in the Varaha avatar, in other avatars also, how he is influenced, and then what is the purpose of the devotional service. When he was telling to Murari Gupta, see, Murari Gupta, why I am telling this to you, you have to understand, I am very dear to devotees, but at the same time, if anyone is doing any abominable activities against the devotees, I will not even leave, even though if he is my son or whoever it is. This another message exhibited by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What he did, what he was telling, see, during that Lord Varaha appearance, when he was lifting Lord Mother Earth, they got son Bhaumasura. This Bhaumasura is none other than Lord Varaha and Devi's son. But he was a very saint person and he was taught everything by Lord Varaha himself. He was exhibiting very good service to the Brahmanas, Devadas, everybody. But he got some bad association of Bhaumasura, and then he suddenly became envious, and then he started doing all kind of against the Vedic Shastra. He became very big demon, and then he became lot of Asura kind of qualities he started expressing. He started going and then capturing all the kingdoms, and then he kidnapped their daughters, all the Devadas daughters, around 16,100 he took, and then he kept in the prison. As well as he was giving lot of trouble to Brahmanas, as well as he took the earring of Mother Aditi, this Devada's mother, as well as he took the umbrella from Varnadev. Like that, whatever this, it is non-sastric attitudes he was doing. That's why again they were requesting Lord Krishna to solve this one. But during the birth, Bhaumasura was very mischievous, very hyper. That's why Bhumi Devi requested Lord Varaha at any cost he should not be killed by you. But Supreme Lord knows how to tackle this all kind of issues. What he did, this Mother Earth, again in the Krishna avatar, is none other than who? He is a Satyabhama. That's why in all other battlefield, he was not taking who? Any other, like a Satyabhama or Rukmini, but whereas what he did to kill Bhaumasura, he took Satyabhama also along with him, and then he was started fighting with Bhaumasura. And then Bhaumasura is a, you cannot imagine like how he protected his palace and everything. This all the princes kept under the prison. Like even like a present day comics also you cannot imagine like that. All electrification, and then very big this water canal system. One demon like Mura was present. Like so many arrangements. See, like in modern days, this video game, so many things, they depicting from this Lord Krishna's pastimes only. That way we can take. Like all the whatever the way he can protect for the materialistic, this one he was carrying that protection kind of arrangement. Then Lord decided to kill Bhaumasura first. Mura and his sons, he came and then they were fighting with the Lord and then they were killed. Afterwards, again Bhaumasura came and then he was fighting in front of Lord Krishna and Satyabhama. And then with his presence, Lord exhibit like to get the permission from Satyabhama to even kill to Bhaumasura. Because in the previous Varaha he gave that permission. He got Bhumadevi not to kill him by his own hand, but even Lord he himself vanished all that Yaduvamsa. The same way Satyabhama then decided, instead of Now it is a Lord Krishna or who? Bhaumasura, son or husband. Then she gave permission to who? Lord Krishna who killed Bhaumasura. Then he killed Bhaumasura also, and then all the captivated these princes are also released, and then they were all praying to Lord Krishna to become a wives of Lord Krishna. Then he expanded himself, and then he married all that 16,000 hunters. Like then, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was exhibiting this all the glories of Lord Varaha, and then Lord Krishna's was saying to Murari Gupta, and then he himself show, I am the one, and then you have to surrender to me, like that. That way, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he himself, Lord Krishna, and then he himself submerged in the mood of previous avatars and leelas, and then he exhibited this one. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Here also we have to take two messages. One is, even though even Bhaumasura is also called Narakasura. In this one, we have to understand, Lord will not leave, even though he is a son of him, but when he is doing any atrocities to his devotees, he will not accept, and then he will give preference to his devotees only, not to his son or his dynasty or over. That way, Lord Varaha also, Lord Krishna also, and then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also take care the devotees as a first, and then they will wipe out the asuras. Here, Lord glories of the Varaha clearly explained in Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, 13th chapter, fully how he is appeared, and then what is the reason behind that. Like we can go through in full detailed way. There are two things we can carry in today's Lord Varaha's appearance. One is, by pure consciousness, Aditi got all like a demigod kind of Devada's son. But Tidi, due to that, even that Kashyapa Muni being a husband, because of her consciousness is not pure, because of the influence of lust, and she got two asuras. This way, we have to understand, like our consciousness make that big influence in our life. That's why by Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj mercy, we got that our Krishna consciousness service, and as well as chanting the holy name opportunity, we can purify our consciousness, and then we can go back to Godhead very easily. Our consciousness will play a big role to take ourselves. For that, very big example is Aditi, and Aditi is the best example. Aditi unable to control her lust for a moment, that leads to 100 years she has to hold the embryo. See, the same way only in the material world also we are suffering. Birth after the birth, birth after the birth. Like if we are unable to control our senses, we are unable to make it our consciousness perfect and pure, then we have to take lot of birth, and then again we have to struggle in the material. Again, being the like a Lord Brahma kind of demigods also, by giving that lot of boon to asuras, and then they are again end up with their own struggle. Like a Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha, both are gave boon by Lord Brahma only. But still, the same thing again backfire to them, backfire to him only, and then he again surrender to the Supreme Lord to solve this issue. That way, Lord Brahma also again meditating to whom? Lord Vishnu Dev to resolve this issue. Like this, only even Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, or demigods also, they are also need to get the support from the Supreme Personality of Godhead to come out and then to resolve the issue. That one, like when we are being influenced by this kind of asura or demonic, by having like a excessive money and then like a soft bed kind of attitude, again and again we will take many births and then we have to struggle again. That is what exhibited by Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. Even though they don't understand that, they got the boon from the demigods and then they are got the ahankara and then influence to use against them. Same way, again, Varagadev being a son also, but when he was getting disturbed by any disturbance to their devotees, then he will be wiped out by the Supreme Lord. The same way, like when Vamasura was killed, and then again Indra and then Varnadeva and everybody got that their kingdom back, and then what happened? Like Indra also, one more small first time only, like when Satyabhama wants to take the Indraloka Parijata, what happened? Indra, whatever the benefit acquired from Lord Krishna, and then he was again immediately not in a mood to give to Satyabhama to that Parijata tree, like he was having, and then he is in the mood of against the Satyabhama, not to give that Parijata tree to take to Varaha. See, like all the demigods also influenced by this kind of like immediately they forgot whatever the benefit they got. But what is the reason behind this one? Because of their conscience is not pure, and then they will be again and again indulging in that. Even though a demigod, they are always becoming that materialistic kind of influence. But being a Krishna conscious person or being a pure devotee, they will not have this kind of mood, and then they will always to surrender and then go back to God. This is also another message. Hare Krishna, Dandavapurna. If there is any questions or addition, kindly add it. Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dandavapurna.
If anybody has any questions, you can please ask Prabhu now based on Varaha's story. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Sriranga Prabhu, Bhagavan Prabhu, kindly add something, and then I think so whatever my small attempt, please accept my humble obeisances. Also, my humble obeisance to all of you. Because of all your mercy, I got this opportunity and then to say something. And then if there is any mistake, kindly accept it. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu, for expressing the Varaha story and going deep into Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela also. It was very wonderful to listen to you. And I hope many of them have also listened very carefully and noted down lots of points. Thank you for inspiring us, Prabhu. It was really very nice. Bhavan Prabhu, you want to add anything? Srirang Prabhu is right now in the office, so he will not be able to communicate.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Pranam. Hare Krishna, Madam. Very nice and wonderful provision, Prabhu, about Varahadev. And as Mataji said, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime also you have linked, and it's notable thing. And the thing is, we need to understand from this lecture and Varahadev. Actually, for the Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, whatever the form he took, it is transcendental. Whether it is fish or tortoise or pig, that is Varaha Avatar. The form in our like human being, we can differentiate between as the form, correct? Now, even between the people, between us, we have a differentiation. The form, he's like that, he's like that, but these are all there in the material life, but in the transcendental things, for Krishna's form, there is no different. Everything is transcendental. So that is the main point we need to understand. Whether he come as tortoise or fish or whatever the form, is transcendent. So that's what he said that in Bhagavad Gita. His Janma and his Karma are transcendental. Janma Karma Chame Divyam Evam Yo Veditattva. So his form is transcendent. Even though he came as a folk. So that is my just humble addition in that. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Correctly said. That's why in that Srimad Bhagavatam also very clearly explained, Prabhu, like Padaloga is a very filthy place. That's why he knows in what form he has to appear, and then with that only he can lift Mother Earth from the below the underneath of this Padaloga. That's why he took that form with the tusk white, and then he lifted Mother Earth. Either it was clearly given. It's really a very good realization. Like I have to thank to even for here Premananda Prabhu's daughter Pari. She also, like we worked as like one team, like the surveys, others, all are giving some kind of points, and then we prepared one PowerPoint. But due to this quiz, I don't want to display so that it will be easily captured. That's why I even like very nicely you added that point. That's why Lord knows in which form it is suitable to come out and then to resolve this. That's why he did that one. The materialistic point of view, we may think, and then what is this kind of form? Beyond the imagination, beyond the this one. Like even Lord, if he want, he can appear in any form, but he appeared in that Brahma's nostrils. That is also like a materialistic point of view, they may think, and then why he appeared in the nostrils? Because Brahma himself appeared from the navel of this Vishnu, and then, but he himself during the meditation of Brahma's nostrils, he appeared. See, like it is and all we are unable to, means for me it is unable to imagine or understand that concept. But everything is Lord's wish, and then Lord knows how to do this kind of leelas, and then for what everything it is up to him. Supreme Lord's mercy is what I understood. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji, any other addition or any comment? I hope so. Story plus concept. Story knows everybody, but this lot of concept behind this avatar, and then lot of link in this one. Like it is there in the Chaitanya Charitamrita also, like Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, and then he exhibited. And then it is again linked to Dwapara, Lord Krishna, and then again it went back to Satya Yuga's Hiranyaksha first 2 demons avatar, like that. It is lot of link is there, but it is very materialistic point of view. It is unimaginable to explain or to express, but devotees can understand, and then they will glorify the Lord always. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. It was a wonderful lecture, and lots of points we had noted. Even though we had read the Varaha story, some of the points were totally new for us. Thank you very much, Prabhu.
Thank you very much. Then this Ravi Vamsa Prabhu ideas, until otherwise we are not, this my realization only. His Grace Maha-Mahotsava told like we have to this one do pravachan from our side. Like otherwise, I will not do this kind of preparation and effort. That way, it is really a very interesting and then very good realization. And then our all entire Bangladesh devotees can one by one do. Other than this, our regular program also we can do some half an hour something like that. This kind of presentation, pravachan. It will be a very helpful to go on. We can preach in our home country.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for the team efforts.
Thank you, Prabhu, for such an enlightening lecture. I didn't know that there were so many details in the pastimes of Varahadev. It really goes to show that as you go more deeper into the pastimes, there's even more nectar to be relished. Rohit, I'm afraid that you won't bore too well in the quiz as you were dozing off during the pravachan, unlike the many devotees who are listening attentively to each and every word. Thank you, dear devotees, for listening so attentively.
But I was listening. It just happened to be that I was resting my eyes because of Varahadev's radiating effulgence. Pastimes of the Lord are always so sweet, like nectar. Next up, we have our sweet Balutsav children from Pallavi Mataji's class who are going to present to us about the holy temple of Varahadev. So let's see what they have in store for us.
Make sure to pay careful attention as we will have a quiz based on the lecture and this presentation. Kindly keep your devices at the ready so that we can proceed to the quiz right after the presentation. The link is posted in the chat. So without any further ado, let's hand it over to Pallavi Mataji's children.
Hare Krishna. Bhuvara Swami Temple. Bhuvara Swami Temple is located at Srimushnam in South Indian state of Tamil Nadu. It is very well connected with all major cities of Tamil Nadu and India via road, air and rail network. The temple is dedicated to Bhuvara Swami, the boar avatar of the god Vishnu, and his consort Lakshmi as Ambujavali Thayar. 6 daily rituals and 3 yearly festivals are held at the temple. The chariot festival celebrated during the Tamil month of Vaikasi, April-May being the most prominent festival. This festival also symbolizes Hindu-Muslim unity in the region. The flag of the chariot as provided by Muslims. They take offerings from the temple and present to Allah in the mosques. The deity of the Vishnu is the most pleasing view and also Swayambhu Murti of Shaligrama stone in the temple. Other 7 Swayambhu Kshetras are Sri Rangam, Tirupati, Vanamalai, Shaligramam, Pushkaram, Nisharanyam, and Badrikasham. Those surrendering in the feet of Lord Vara, Parumal and blessed with equivalence, high position, stable wealth, children, health and longevity. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna all. Today I am going to share few informations about Varaha Swami Temple on the occasion of Varaha Dwadasi, Varaha Avatara. It is one amongst the 10 Vishnu Avatar. During Varaha Avatar, Lord Vishnu took the form of boar. There are few temples dedicated to Lord Varaha Swami in India. One amongst it is Varaha Swami Temple, located in Karimnagar, Telangana, where Varaha Murti is the main deity. There are 3 forms of Lord Varaha: Adi Varaha, Yajna Varaha and Pralaya Varaha. All aspects of Yajna like Sruk, Sruvam, Darba are embodied by Varaha and hence known as Yajna Varaha. This temple is a piece of Dravidian architecture. The Gopuram has 3 floors. Middle part of temple has appearance of Hoysala temple and walls are beautifully carved. The temple was constructed during Vijayanagar Empire in 1986 and later some Prokshanam was done in 2009. There are few more deities like Ram, Hanuman and Satyanarayana. The temple is very clean and big and also provides free stay for many devotees. They perform many yajnas and rituals and Varaha Jayanti every year. There is a ritual of people visiting this temple before going to Tirumala. I request you all to visit the Varaha temple and get blessings from Lord Varaha. Hari Bol!
Varaha Swami temple is located in a tiny village named Kalahalli near Mysore in Karnataka on the banks of the river Hemavati. History of this temple. It is said that Varaha Swami temple is more than 2500 years old. It is also called Punyakshetra or Holy Land, where the great sage Gautama performed penance at this temple. According to legend, King Veeraballala, while hunting, was lost in the forest and he rested under a tree. While resting, he noticed a strange thing happen. He saw a dog chasing a rabbit, and after reaching a particular point, the rabbit started chasing the dog. This made the king believe that the place has certain magical powers, and he dug up the place and found the deity of Varaha Swami hidden under the layers of earth. Post this incident, the king built a temple and used to offer prayers every day. The third incarnation of Vishnu is the wild boar form, better known as Varaha Swami. The idol is 18 feet in height and is made of grey stone. The idol is sitting position with the goddess Bhudevi seated on his left lap. Bhudevi's idol is 3 to 5 feet tall. An idol of Lord Hanuman is also sculpted under the main idol. Varaha Swami temple is extremely famous among the locals, and it's believed that the deity that has mysterious powers. And the upper hand is the deity is holding a conch and discus, while the Sudarshana Chakra is carved on the back of the idol. The lower left hand of the idol is embracing the goddess Bhudevi, and lower right hand is the Abhaya Mudra. During April or May, there is an annual festival and the Varaha Jayanti is celebrated. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Pannur Sri Varahamurthy Temple is an ancient Hindu temple complex situated at Palakkad district, Kerala. This is believed to be the first temple in Kerala created by Parshurama nearly 4,000 years ago. The temple has deity of Lord Varaha, who is the third avatar of Lord Vishnu, along with the goddess Bhumi after killing Hiranyaksha. Parshuram had donated all that he had won to Kashyap. He had pulled out a small fragment of land from the sea for the purpose of meditation. History claims that this small fragment of land is what exists now as Kerala. Now this land began rising and expanding. Disturbed, Parshuram asked Narada Muni's help, and he advised him to pray Lord Vishnu. Parshuram had begun his meditation in order to propitiate Lord Vishnu. Finally, Lord Vishnu appeared before him and said, Once I had assumed the form of Varaha Murti to save the world. Worship that form of mine, and this place will have the blessing of Trimurti.
Azikal Shri Varaha Devaswam Charrai. The temple was established in 1565 AD by Azikal Yugakars, and the Pratishtha was done by Swami Yadavendra Tritha, first pontiff of Sri Kashi Math. It is located in the Vipin island of Cochin, about 25 kilometers from Cochin city. The deity in the temple is Sri Varaha Murti, Sri Varaha and Sri Venkateshwara installed side by side and worshipped as single Murti. Sub-temples Hanuman, Ganpati, Mahalakshmi and Garuda are installed at its four corners. Annual festivals of two deities used to be celebrated as Patachadi Mahotsava for Sri Varaha in the month of Marga Shirsha and Dhajvadi Mahotsava for Sri Venkateshwara in the month of Chaitra. However, the temple was struck by lightning in 1897. The Deva Prasna revealed that the lightning was due to the anger of Lord Sri Varaha, whose annual festival was celebrated as Patachadi Mahotsav, while his counterpart Sri Venkateshwara was given more importance with flag hosting and other rituals. Thereupon, annual festivals and rituals of the Lord is celebrated twice in the months of November, December and March, April. Varaha Jayanti is celebrated on Panchami in the month of April. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Sri Adivaraha Perumal Temple. It is a 500 to 1000 years old temple situated in Kumbakonam, a city of Tanjavur district in Tamil Nadu. Masimagam in February-March is a famous festival of the temple. Lord Perumal is a Sala Grama Murti in the temple. There are shrines for Sri Vishwaksenar and Acharya Nikamanda Mahadesika. Devotees perform Tirumanjana and offer vastras to Lord Perumal to get rid of obstacles. Lord Adivaraha Murti in the Sanctum Sanctorum appears with Mother Bhuma Devi on his left lap. Mother is facing Perumal in a worshipping position. Demon Hiranyaksha took Mother Earth to Patala Loka. She prayed to the Lord to rescue her. Lord took Varaha incarnation and rescued Mother Earth. That Lord Varaha Murti is the presiding deity of this temple. Hare Krishna.
Varaha Temple, Varahapura, Sri Srinath Varaha Swami Temple is located at Varahapura town, which is 15 kilometers from Ernakulam. Some families who came from Goa to this place established this temple. It is said that to the first presiding deity was Narasimha Murthy. But later, when Sri Vijendra Tirtha Swamiji visited his temple, His Holiness replaced the Narasimha idol with a Varaha idol and took Narasimha Murthy with him to Mulki, Sri Venkataramana temple, and installed it there in the place of Varaha idol. Varaha in Sanskrit means boar, and it is the avatar of Lord Vishnu in the form of a boar. Varaha Swami may be depicted by boar's head and human's body. His consort, Bhudevi, the earth, is often depicted as a young woman lifted by Varaha Swami. After Pratishtha, this temple to be came to be known as Varaha Temple. Afterwards, this place itself came to known as Varaha Devar. The place was often referred as Varahapula, which was later shortened into Varahapula. As time passed, the original structure of the temple was dilapidated, since neither the temple nor the people have sufficient fund to reconstruct the structure. The temple was then handed over to Alahapula, Anant Narayanpuram, Tirumala Devasthanam. AATTD authorities reconstructed the temple and Punar Pratisthas were conducted. Hare Krishna.
Varaha Swami Temple, Karimnagar, Telangana. Sri Varaha Swami Temple is a Hindu Vaishnavic temple. It is situated in Karimnagar, Telangana. The temple is dedicated to Lord Varaha, third incarnation of Vishnu's Dashavatar. This is the second Varaha Swami temple after Tirupati Varaha Swami temple. Local priests say that the temple emerged some 600 years ago and over the years. The incarnation of God has grown to a height of 2 feet. It is believed that the incarnation of God grows every year slightly. Devotees from far places visit the temple to offer special prayers such as Abhishekams and other rituals. During Shravana Masa, the pilgrims visit on a large number to offer prayers. It is believed that the deity offers Varaha fulfill the wishes of Lord of the devotees and hence called as Adi Varaha Swami. Hare Krishna.
Sri Varaha Swami Temple is also called Varaha Swami Temple. It is situated at the hill town of Tirmal in Tirupati, Chittor district of Andhra Pradesh state. In India, this temple is of great religious significance. As per legend, after saving the earth from the demon Hiranyaksha, Vishnu's boar avatar Varaha stayed on this hill on the northern bank of Swami Pushkarni river and in the beginning of the present Kali Yuga. Varaha donated land to other form of Vishnu, Venkateshwara, on his request. As a gratitude, Venkateshwara offered the rite of the first bell, puja and bhoga to Varaha before they were offered to him. This is being followed as a tradition even today. Hence, devotees are also prescribed to have darshan of Varaha before Venkateshwara. Hare Krishna.
Shwetavara Swami Temple. This temple is also known as the Varaha Swami Temple. This temple is located in Mysore, Tamil Nadu. The temple is built in the architectural style, followed by the Hoysalas. The shrine
of the goddess has an elegantly carved doorway and carved pillar and tower. The Navaranga has beautiful mural paintings on its walls. These paintings depict incidents from the Ramayana and Bhagavata. The Mysore king Chika Deva Vadhyar procured the stone image of Shweta Varaha Swami from Sri Mushnam in Tamil Nadu and installed the idol of the original temple in Sringapatna. This current temple was built by Diwan of Mysore Puranaya using materials of Hoysala building in Shimoga district. The temple is surrounded by high scaling walls carved with murals.
Wow, such beautiful temples and equally well recited narrations. I didn't know there was so many temples dedicated to Lord Varahadev. I really have to visit them sometime soon, now that I know so much about it. I'm sure I will enjoy the experience even more now that I know so much about these various temples. Make sure you all also visit when you get the chance as well.
Yes, I agree. It was very interesting and informative at the same time. Hope all of you are listening attentively because up next we have a quiz program hosted by our very own Sashimukhi Mataji. Over to you, Mataji.
Thank you, Adesh and Rohit. Hare Krishna, Dandat Pranam to all Vaishnavas and Vaishnavi. I hope you all are enjoying the Vamna Dwadasi virtual program presented by GDY. Prabhupada had said that if you don't ask the question, there can be two reasons. First, you heard not properly, and second, you did not understand. So now we are going to test you. If you have heard the lecture given by His Grace Satyachyuta Prabhu and seen the PowerPoint presented by the little Vaishnavas. The quiz questions are based on the above PPT and the lectures. There has been a lot of hard work done by the committee for the quiz. For example, Zoom meetings, Prabhuji attending their office, as well as helping for the quiz, and the Matajis doing the household work and helping to prepare the quiz. I already Balaji Prabhu sent the link, Kahoot link in the chat box. Please join the link, and the code is 878471. There are only 20 questions, and all the questions have 4 options. And the time limit is only 10 seconds. So please don't try to do the Google. You have to quick in choosing your correct answer. So now I saw devotees are already there. Please please join it fast so we can start the quiz.
Mataji, give some time, please, 2-3 minutes. So everybody can join.
Yep, yes, Prabhu. Please hurry up, join. Out of 44, only 9 or 10 devotees are joined. Don't worry, we are not judging you, please. And there is an interesting gifts also. Please join fast. Only 13 devotees are there in the quiz. The link is in the chat box. And the code is 878471.
வந்துட்டானா அப்புறம்
Haribol, only 17 devotees are there. Please join it fast. So we will start the quiz. All the Balsuva children's parents, please try to join.
Aksha Mataji will wait up to 20 and then we'll start, Mataji.
Okay, Prabhu.
Mataji, I believe no one else is joining. Can we start?
Yes, Prabhu, we will start.
Okay, Mataji, I'll start the quiz.
So the first question is Hiranyak's father and mother's name. Okay. Kashyapa and Diti. The right answer is Kashyapa and Diti. So we'll go for the next question. Next question is Bhuvar Loka planet thrown in which ocean? And the correct answer is Garbhodaka Ocean.
Mataji, they have to be ready because it's only 10 seconds. Because many people are not answering also. The time is finishing.
Okay, Prabhu.
You have to be very, I request everybody to be alert. It's only 10 seconds for each question. Shall we go to the next one?
Yes, Prabhu. How many incarnations exhibited by Lord Sri Varaha? Please read it carefully, all the options. And the correct answer is number 2. 2 incarnation. Next question, please, Prabhu. What are all the forms of Sri Varaha Dev? Wow, Pari, Jasmita. And the correct answer is red, white and red. Okay, we will go for the next question. Lord Varun Deva's capital is? Time up. And the correct answer is? Option A. Vishnavari. Okay, next question, please, Prabhu. Lord Sri Varaha Dev and Sri Bhumi Devi's son is? Time up. Wow, Pari, Haribol. And the son name is Maha-Mahotsava. We will go for the next question. Please read your question properly and then give the answer. Where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exhibited Sri Varaha Dev pastime? In the answer is Murari's house. We will go for the next question. Lord Sri Varaha Dev planet. 4, 3, 2, 1, and the time is up. And the correct answer is Jambudeep. We will go for the next question. Lord Varaha Dev glories explained in which canto of Srimad Bhagavatam? Satyachyutam Prabhu mentioned it very clearly. All the little Vaishnavas are giving the nice answers. Yes, correct answer is Canto 3. Okay, next question, Prabhu. We almost finished the 9th question. White boar incarnation of Sri Varaha during which devastation? Pari, Jasmita, Haribol, Vaishnavi, Pratham. And the correct answer is Swambhuva. So we will go for the next question. Our 11th question is, Who took Mother Earth to Patal Loka? Oh, very nice. The story is all around about him. Hiranyaksh. Okay, next question, please. Diti was holding birth of Hiranyaksh for how many years? And the correct answer is 100 years. Hiranyaksh and his brother Hiranyakashipu, they both are in her mother womb on 100 years. Next question, Prabhu. Jay and Vijay cursed by whom? Four Kumaras. Okay. We finish our 13 question. Now our 14 question is Lord Shri Varahadev appeared from where? The correct answer is nose. Nose from the Brahma. Okay, next question, please, Prabhu. How many Swambhu Kshetra of Vishnu are there? Pari, Pratham, Haribol, Jasvita, Vaishnavi. Good. And the correct answer is 8. Next question, Prabhu. Where is the Sudarshan Chakra placed in who was Varaha Swami temple? Hari, Pratham, Haribol, Jasvita, Vaishnavi. And the correct answer is upper hand.
Carved back. Green one.
Sorry, Prabhu.
The green one. The right answer is the green one. Carved back.
And the next question, please. Which is the first temple created by Parshurama? And the correct answer is Paniyus Sri Varahamurti. 18 question, please, Prabhu. Which sage did Parshuram donate all that he won? And the correct answer is Kashyapa. Last two questions we left. Next question, please, Prabhu. After saving in earth, where did Lord Varaha rest? And the correct answer is northern bank of Swami. Last question, please, Prabhu. To who did Lord Varaha donate his land? Lord Venkateshwara. So please, all the top 3 contestants, please put your numbers. Put your mobile number in the chat box, so we will contact you and give your gifts. I saw that Pari, Jaswita, Pari, and Vinod. Please put your number in the chat box, so we will contact. Hari Hari, congratulations to all of you. Thank you for all the participating in the quiz. I thank the Yatra leader and the committee for giving me this wonderful seva and believing in me. Back over to you, Adesh and Rohit.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Sashimukhi Mataji, for hosting the quiz, and Satyajit Prabhu and Pallavi Mataji for framing the questions and answers. What a thrilling show of knowledge by our devotees. I hope all of you were engaged to the utmost. I hope all the winners have thanked their Paramatmas, because in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivisto mata smriter jnanam apohanam cha, which means I am seated in everyone's heart, and from me comes remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness.
Is that so? Then Adarsh, please remind me to thank my Paramatma a lot before my next exam. Oh wait, I just received a notification on my WhatsApp saying that the Prabhujis and Matajis of our Yatra have prepared a special presentation for us and are ready to present it.
You're checking your phone even in the middle of anchoring an important program? No wonder you're always getting scolded by your professors. Let us now go and feast our eyes on the pastimes of Varaha Dev presented by Kalpataru Mataji, with acting and editing done by Madan Mohan Prabhu, Bhagwan Balaji Prabhu, Subhata Sachi Mataji, Siddhama Prabhu, under the guidance of her grace Subhangi Radhika Mataji.
The previous quiz was really superb, and we like to thank all the devotees who are participating so enthusiastically and answering all the questions so well.
It looked like it was a very tight battle between all of the devotees who were answering.
Yeah, especially the top 5. It kept going up and down between the rankings.
Audio is not there, Prabhu. Can you please restart with audio?
Just 1 minute, Mother. I'm just checking it.
Hare Krishna. Now I'm going to narrate the story of Lord Varahadev, which happened in Satyayuga. Guarding the gates of Vaikuntha were two gatekeepers named Jai and Vijay, who were always engaged in the service of the Lord. One day, the four Kumaras, the sons of Lord Brahma, who by their mystic powers always seemed to appear like 5-year-old, came to Vaikuntha to pay obeisance to Lord Vishnu. On reaching the 7th gate, they were stopped by Jai and Vijaya. Being offended by their impudence, the four Kumaras cursed them to take birth as demons. Realizing their mistake, the gatekeepers at once pleaded with Kumaras for forgiveness. Lord Vishnu came out of his palace and apologized to the sages on behalf of his gatekeepers. On the appeal of the brothers, the Lord said that the curse could not be reversed, but gave them two options. They could either take birth as devotees for 7 lifetimes or as demons for 3 lifetimes. Jai and Vijaya fell at Lord's feet and expressed that they cannot live separated from him and would then prefer to be away only for 3 births as demons. The Lord forgave them and said that even as demons, they would always remember him. In this way, Jai and Vijay were born as Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu in their first birth. They were born to Diti and Kashyapa Muni. They grew in such monstrous demons that all 3 worlds trembled when they walked hither and thither. They harassed the demigods, brahmanas, and saintly persons. Hiranyaksha, second son of Diti, holding a club in his hands, always challenged someone to fight. All demigods were trembled and terrified and went into hiding. When he challenged Lord Varuna rejected and humbly said that he was not suitable match for him and suggested to combat Lord Vishnu, who can give satisfaction in battle. At the same time, another incident happened. As per Brahma's instruction, Swayambhu Manu and Satarupa wished to work for the welfare of mankind, increase progeny. on the Earth planet, but unfortunately not able to withstand Hiranyaksha's atrocities, Mother Earth deep into the ocean.
O my Lord, please accept my humble obeisances. Please relieve me from this great suffering.
Helpless Swayambhu Manu prayed to Lord Brahma, who in turn meditated to Lord Vishnu. While Lord Brahma was meditating, a small boar as big as a thumb emerged from his nostrils. To his amazement, the boar grew to a gigantic, wonderful manifestation of the size of a mountain. Realizing that it is none other than Lord Vishnu, Brahma paid his obeisance to him. Making a tumultuous noise, Lord Varaha flew into the sky, slashing his tail. With his glittering tusk, he scattered the clouds. He searched for Mother Earth by smell and dove into the middle of the ocean. Meanwhile, Hiranyaksha, who was in search of Lord Vishnu, was informed by sage Narada about Lord in the ocean to rescue Mother Earth. Happy that he finally found someone to fight with himself, he headed to the ocean. The Lord placed Mother Earth on his tusk and penetrated into the ocean depth. The Lord, glowing like Sudarshan wheel, in anger, turned toward Hiranyaksha and roared loudly. They fought with each other for a long time, striking each other with their maces. When Hiranyaksha tried to hit the Lord, he broke Hiranyaksha's mace into pieces. Hiranyaksha tried all his tricks but remained unsuccessful. Enraged, he now attempted to hit Lord with his fist, but Lord played and fought like a lion, killing an elephant. Hiranyaksha fell dead. All the demigods chanted Vedic mantras and showered flowers on the Lord. He assumed a bluish complexion and looked splendorous. In this manner, Lord placed Mother Earth in her original place and he returned to his original abode.
What an amazing display by our devotees. The narration was excellent, and that fight scene definitely needs to receive a special mention at the Oscars. The graphics were really next level.
You're right. It was such a creative way of displaying the pastimes. Special thanks to Gopikanagita Mataji and Naresh Chaitanya for compiling the video. And I'm sure the young children of our Yatra would all receive Bharat Ratna awards as well, because up next, we have a fancy dress performance on the Dashavataras by the talented young Balutsav kids of Rati Rupani Mataji, Vijay Jambati Mataji, and Pallavi Mataji. Over to you.
मानसि वेदम् विहितवहित्र चरित्रमखेदम् विहितवहित्र चरित्रमखेदम् केशवद्रीता मीन शरीरा केशवद्रीता मीन शरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे क्षितिरिह विपुलतरे तिष्ठति तव पृष्ठे धरनिधारण किन चक्रगरिष्ठे धरनिधारण किन चक्रगरिष्ठे केशवद्रीता कूर्मशरीरा केशवद्रीता कूर्मशरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे वसति दर्शन शिखरे धरणी तव लग्ना शशिनि कलंक कलेव निमग्ना शशिनि कलंक कलेव निमग्ना केशवद्रीता शूकर रूपा केशवद्रीता शूकर रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे तव कर कमल वरेण कमाद्भुत शृंगा दलित हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृंगा दलित हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृंगा केशवद्रीता नरहरि रूपा केशवद्रीता नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे छलयसि विक्रमणे बलिमद्भुत वामना वदन कनीर जनित जन पावना वदन कनीर जनित जन पावना केशवद्रीता वामन रूपा केशवद्रीता वामन रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे क्षत्रिय रुधिरमये जगदपगत पापम् पयसि पयसि शमितभवतापम् स्नपयसि पयसि शमितभवतापम् केशवधृता भृगुपतिरूपा केशवधृता भृगुपतिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे वितरसि दिक्षुगणे दिक्पति कमनीयम् दशमुखमौलि बलिं रमणीयम् दशमुखमौलि बलिं रमणीयम् केशवधृता रामशरीरा केशवधृता रामशरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे वहसि वपुषि विसगे वसनं जलदाभम् हलहति भीति मिलित यमुनाभम् हलहति भीति मिलित यमुनाभम् केशवधृता हलधर रूपा केशवधृता हलधर रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे निन्दसि यज्ञविधे आशुति जातम् सदय हृदय दर्शित पशुघातम् सदय हृदय दर्शित पशुघातम् केशवधृता बुद्ध शरीरा केशवधृता बुद्ध शरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे म्लेच्छनि वह निधने कलयसि करवालम् धूमकेतुमिव किमपि करालम् धूमकेतुमिव किमपि करालम् केशवधृता कल्कि शरीरा केशवधृता कल्कि शरीरा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय देव कवेरिदमुदितमुदारम् शृणु सुखदं शुभदं भवसारं शृणु सुखदं शुभदं भवसारम् केशवधृता दशविधरूपा केशवधृता दशविधरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे श्री जय देव कवेरिदमुदितमुदारम् शृणु सुखदं शुभदं भवसारम् शृणु सुखदं शुभदं भवसारम् केशवधृता दशविधरूपा केशवधृता दशविधरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
That performance was truly mesmerizing. It was so nice to see all those cute little kids in the colorful costumes portraying the different avatars. Great thanks to Rati Rupini Mataji, Vijay Jambavati Mataji, and Pallavi Mataji, and all the other devotees for arranging this beautiful performance. Last but not least, we can feast our eyes on the melodious voices of the youth of our yatra, who will now lead a kirtan for us.
Sure, I'm definitely going to feast my ears on this melodious kirtan. But after this, can I feast my belly on the prasadam that Mummy just offered to the Lord?
Always thinking about food. When will he ever change? Mummy, give him food only if he focuses on Krishna's name during the kirtan. Jokes aside, let's now get into the mood of kirtana and rejoice in the names of the Lord. Ah, what a blissful Kirtan it was. The melody is going to be stuck in my head the entire day, remembering the names of the Lord.
That brings us near the end of the program for today. We thank all of you for staying until the end of this program and hope you keep joining us week after week. We hope you truly enjoyed the performances put on by the multi-talented devotees of our Yatra for the pleasure of Lord Varahadev.
Thank you again for having us as your hosts. It's truly been a pleasure. Please stay tuned and join us for our upcoming festivals. We have a special Abhishekam for Lord Nityananda Trayodasi on Monday and next week's cultural program for Lord Nityananda on Saturday. Over to the organizing team for any announcements and closing prayers.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much to all the devotees. It was really an amazing program today. Thanks to all the devotees, all your team efforts makes the program very successful. And thanks to the main coordinators today, Adish and Rohit, for accepting the services and done a wonderful services today. Thank you both. And also, thank you so much to the organizing team, like Kalpatru Mataji, Shubhada Sachi Mataji, Pallavi Mataji, and Shashimukhi Mataji, for all your coordinating works and very nicely organized today's program. Hope all the devotees are very much thankful to you both, all the team. And special thanks to the cultural team led by Shubhangi Mataji and all other devotees. And thanks to Shubhangi Mataji for completely coordinating for the recording part. Thank you. And technical support by others and other devotees. Thank you for all. And Bhagavan Balaji Prabhu. Can you identify who is Vamanate in the drama? Can anyone can tell? Unless and until if you are not participated in the recording, other devotees, I want an answer. Who is acting as Varahadev? And who is mostly who is Varahadev? Can anyone guess? Nobody knows.
I think Bhavan Balaji.
No, I'm talking about Varahadev. I'm not talking about Hiranyaksha. I'm talking about Varahadev. Who is Hiranyaksha?
His Grace Bhagwan